All right, guys, I decided to do a quick video walkthrough. I just figured this would really land much better with you as an audience. This is a missing link in sales, man. I really want to talk about why workflows are so critical to understand in the modern era of virtual sales, right? Nowadays, you can't we just don't do a lot of like on-site visits and things like that. We used to be face to face with our customers a lot more. Just sales has changed so much. It's changed so much. Buyers are becoming much more savvy, right? They're much more educated. They know what they're looking for most times, and it's just harder. It's harder to sell, and it's harder to justify the cost of what you're selling, oftentimes as well. So that's why I want to kind of do this walkthrough and show you where you can give yourself the advantage as a seller, where you can give yourself leverage to control the pace and the outcome of a lot of your deals if you understand this missing link, if you understand workflows and the opportunity cost associated with understanding a customer workflow. Okay. So let me just talk about, like, I think there's like 7 or 8 truths, universal truths that I want to just use to set a foundation right now. And as I demonstrate, I'm going to give you some examples of workflows as well. So number one, most of the products and services being sold today in the B2B sector solve for one common value metric. That metric is process improvement. If you think about the solutions you sell today, the software, the services, whatever it is, it's designed, or at least a component of its value is designed to speed up process, to accelerate outcomes, to create efficiency, right? To save someone time, right? So anytime you're talking about process, there is a time element to it. Okay. Number two, process improvement. Again, we're talking about time. It can be quantified and it can be measured. Number three, process improvement is often synonymous with creating efficiency. What is efficiency? It is achieving an outcome with minimal waste. That is what efficiency is. Minimal waste of time, minimal waste of capital, minimal waste of resource. That is what efficiency literally means. Okay. Number four, value metric in this context refers to the measurable impact of creating process efficiency. Number five, every business, and I mean every business, I don't care if it's for profit, nonprofit, whatever, they all have processes, right? Every business has process, whether it's formal, informal, documented, written, whatever. It could be linear, dynamic, they still have processes. Processes require some amount of time investment, and they all inherently come with associated cost. You must understand that. That's where you're going to find your justification. What does today's process cost? What does today's inefficiency cost your customer? Right? You have to be able to prove that. Next, in modern complex sales, we refer to these varying types of processes as workflows. So you may hear process, you may hear workflows. Either way, same thing. It's the uh, similar meaning, right? Being able to understand and map your client's current workflow is the first step in optimizing the path toward their desired outcome or outcomes. You cannot effectively improve what you don't comprehend. So if you're trying to sell to a customer and telling them you can improve their process, you can improve their day to day, you can accelerate outcomes, but you don't know what their process is today or their workflow looks like today, how do you know you can improve it? How do you know what the delta is between what they're doing today and what you're proposing? How do you know that what you're proposing is even better than what they're doing? They may already be doing things optimally, right? You may not even have a value solution to offer them, but you need to be able to qualify that early. And this is one way to do it. Okay. You cannot effectively demonstrate value if you fail to show a measurable comparison between the current state and the future state of your customer's business. You have to do that comparative analysis. You have to show them clearly, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, you're doing it this way. This is how much time it's taking you. These are the inefficiencies. This is what it's costing you. This is the alternative, right? This is another way to do it that's going to save you time, money, resource, whatever the thing is you're trying to save them. Okay. So be mindful of that. Next, let me move this up a little bit here. Okay. So this is Roche Diagnostics, very, very popular company, very large company, global company, right? This is their workflow. This is their process published on their website. This is nothing confidential, so I'm not violating any NDA or anything like that. They publish this on the web. It shows you exactly what their process is. Are we doing this in sales? Do we know each step of research? Do we understand exploratory research, applied research? Again, if you're selling to this industry, again, I'm just using this as an example. Phase two is analysis. Look, analysis has 5 steps in that stage, right? And the goal is launch or commercialization, right? This is the end goal. This is where they make money. You have to do this with every single customer. I always tell the clients that I consult and coach, you start with the end goal. Understand your client's end goal and then reverse engineer the pathway to that end goal so you can understand it, okay? You have to be able to do that. Every single time you have to be able to do that. And then here's another one: pharma and R&D process. You got preclinical research, clinical development, approval, but each stage is mapped out, even a timeline that it takes to conduct. This is super lengthy, right? Most processes will not take this long, but again, a lot of you are probably selling to this industry or selling to this client. You need to know what happens in each stage. Can you improve this timeline? Can you avoid risk here? Can you avoid hiccups and roadblocks and speed bumps here? Can you help them get to phase three faster? Can you get them to approval faster? Right? Can you help them create efficiency there? If you learn how to map the workflow of your client and measure it against the workflow that you're proposing, I will guarantee you, you will accelerate your deal velocity by about 40 to 50%. You won't have to discount, and you eliminate a ton of deal risk. You're not going to struggle like you are today. I know most reps are today are struggling to prove value. They're trying to prove value through a product demonstration. That is not the way to do it. A product demonstration is merely a validation tool. You're proving, hey, we can do what we say, and we're giving you a product demonstration. But the real work happens here. This is where the real work happens. So understand, learn how to map your workflow. I guarantee you will have success. If you need help with this, you can always reach out to me. You can uh, reach me on LinkedIn, via email. I can coach you through this. I can help you with any client, any industry. I don't care what it is. I don't care how complex or dynamic the workflow is. I can teach you how to map it, and I can show you exactly where you are able to create efficiency for your customer, how to measure it, and how to prove value at every layer of the business, whether it's frontline leadership, senior leadership, stakeholders at a tactical, strategic level, does not matter. Um, this is what will yield success in the modern era of sales. All right. Hope this was valuable. Take care, guys.